Kaylee, we can't hear you.
Huh? Okay, so just so you all know, I just said hello to every single solitary person on here, but I'm not going to repeat myself. I think on the recording you might be able to hear me. I'm not sure, but good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm glad to see that everybody made it home from Club 90 that traveled yesterday. I know that there were some delays for some people. We didn't get home until about 10 o'clock last night. I miss everyone already, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Mondays are my favorite days of the week. I normally do my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with my team on Monday mornings, so I'm gonna be doing that with you guys today. But as we do that today, I'm gonna kind of talk about some things, and we're gonna do that as we kind of go along. I just wanted to talk to you guys. While I was there, I heard a lot from people about how they felt like they were failing, they felt like they weren't doing good enough, or that they weren't good enough, or that they had a lot of, can everybody hear me now? Yeah? Okay, good. And whether in your business or your life, a lot of times we overlook things that are so simple. And it's the simplest things that usually make the biggest impact, both in our business and in our lives. So we often, instead of embracing failure or something that which most of the time it really isn't a failure. Maybe that person didn't sign up, or maybe, you know, there was a time in your life that you felt like you were a failure, or you felt like you failed at something. If you stop overlooking it and embrace it instead of rejecting it, there's always a lesson to be learned through your failures. Or my favorite is when maybe you don't feel like you're doing well enough in your business, or something happens and you're able to go through that. I had a conversation with an associate who's overcome a lot in the last year, and she just wasn't feeling good about herself still. And I said, you know, you overcame and did some things that most people, it would have made them quit. But instead of you quitting, you walked through the fire, and you should hold your head up and stay proud of that. So embrace the failures in your life and in your business, because in every failure, I promise you 100% of the time, there's going to be a lesson. And it might not even be things that are a failure. It might be something or someone that hurt you, or it may be something that, you know, maybe you feel like you're not doing well enough or growing fast enough, or you're not completing your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s and doing the income producing activities that are required in this business. So we don't learn from our success, we actually learn from our failures. We are then, through our failures and being able to learn and grow, we are actually able to become successful, because a lot of times that takes us being raw and relevant, even if it's a failure because we made a mistake, or it's a failure because we didn't do the things that we were supposed to do. So it's during failure that change will occur, good or bad. So that part is up to you. If you know you're having problems in your business, then you should go take a look at what you're doing in your business. Are you doing enough? Are you doing income producing activities? Or are you sitting around talking about other people and complaining about your upline or downline, or scrolling through Facebook and calling that work? Are you doing your reach outs? So talking about that, the first thing we're going to do today, and I will go over here in the chat and I will type your first task of the day. And it's kind of early, so I know for a lot of you, it should still be early enough, unless you're like me and do your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 while you're still laying in bed in the morning. But the first thing we're going to do is go and reach out to all the people that have birthdays today. Don't post on their wall, send them a private message, and make sure that you make it personal. And again, this is just to reach out and say hi, and you're going to hear more later on this call, my 5 steps to failure in your business. The 5 steps that guarantee failure in your business. So we're going to be talking about that later today. So for now, task 1, we're going to do birthdays. Everybody does them differently. It's really the only time I personally like to send a voicemail. Voice clip is when I'm doing birthdays and reach outs. And I'll explain the reach outs and what I mean about that, because that's the next thing we're going to do. But for now, just go wish everybody a birthday. I use a voice clip and send them a little meme that says happy birthday. If you have a better relationship with that person, I make it much more personable. So as you complete that, go ahead and come over here and say done. And then I'll start talking a little bit more about failure and how we can set ourselves up to turn that into a lesson. So actually, I'm going to do my birthdays as well. Well, I can't even do my birthdays because I have terrible, terrible internet service at my house. So we're going to go back to talking about, so if you're just popping on, I was kind of talking about failures and how in all failures there's a lesson. So it's, and whether it's in life or business, if we have failures going on, there's always a lesson to be learned, but sometimes it takes us having to look at the failure to find out what that was. And sometimes it doesn't have anything to do with failure. Maybe it has to do with, you know, I don't know, losing a friend, or feeling like you didn't put enough into your business this week, or a lot of people are saying no. And one of the things I'm going to talk about today is the 5 steps that will guarantee you failure in your business. And so I'm going to help you today overcome some of those failures before they happen. And I'm going to give you the lesson first. But 100% of the time, when we feel like we're failing at something, or there's a lot of adversity in our lives, or we're not feeling good about ourselves, there's always a lesson to be learned in that. So next, everybody should go make their first post of the day, whether it's a good morning post or something, or you can hashtag power hour, or that is number 3 on your 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is to make 3 posts a day. So your morning post, you know, 3 to 5 is good. 3 to 5 posts a day. We're going to talk about that in a little bit as well. I haven't got to, okay, so I'm just saying to go make that post because I want you to hashtag power hour. So I did skip task 2, but I'm going to type task 2 right now. So task 2 is reach out to 5 people. So this is 5 people that on your friends list, you're just reaching out to them. Hey Bev, happy Monday. I hope you have a great week. I saw that you were in Mexico. I hope you had a wonderful trip. And that's it. Just, you're not trying to sell them anything. You're just touching base with them to keep them in, 1, seeing your post on Facebook, and 2, to show them that you care, because people don't know what you know. People don't care what you know, they care that you care. And if all you're ever doing is, you know, which we're going to get into in a moment here, if all you're ever doing is asking for the sale, asking for the sale, asking for the sale, now there comes a time when you have to stop creating rapport and just ask the question. But when I talk about 5 reach outs to my team, that's just reaching out to 5 people or 10 people or however many, you know, I wouldn't do too many, because 1, you don't want to be following up with them too much, because then that's like kind of pesty. You know, that's kind of pesty if you're doing too many follow-ups with them. So I have 5,000 friends on my Facebook. I have my customers separated from associates. And so I try to follow up with my customers every 50 to 100 days, unless there's a special or something going on, just a reach out saying, hi, how are you? Or something like that. So if you're following up with your customer every single your potential every single solitary day, that's too much. Unless they commented on your post that day or something like that. So that's what the 5 reach outs are. So that's task number 2, is reach out to 5 or 10 people. I kind of look at like how many people I have on my friends list and determine, you know, if I reached out between 50 and 100 people, and I do all of that in voice clip, but you keep it short, guys. If you're going blah, 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 they're going to stop listening to that. You know, just like I said, good morning, Bev, happy Monday. I hope you had a great week. I saw you were in Mexico last week. I hope you had an awesome time. I call that the sticky tape method, and that every time you do a reach out to someone like that, and it's on a personal level like that, and you're not trying to sell to them, they are going to remember who you are. And one day you're going to message them and they're going to be like, oh, that's that True Vision girl, and now I'm ready. And she didn't pester me, and she wasn't harassing me, and she didn't make me feel like, you know, an idiot. And so I'm going to order from her. And it happens more often than not that when you do these reach outs, I get messages every day, all the time. Usually one of my comadres are on here so that I can make them an admin or a host so they can help me turn off all this noise. But it doesn't seem like any of them are on. So Michelle, are you on here? Yep, I'm gonna make you a co-host so that you can help me keep these people muted, okay?
Right.
Thanks. You'll be able to unmute yourself as well. Good morning, Maria. So go do your 5 reach outs, and when you're done doing that, come on back over here and let me know, and we'll move on to the next thing. And as I see, oh yeah, you are, Morgan. I keep hearing you go like this. Everybody's mute. I keep hearing Morgan go like this, so she must have a child in the background. Yeah, you're muted, honey. No worries. Just when new people come on, it doesn't mute them automatically. How do you separate them, Debbie? There's a tool in your on Facebook that you can categorize your friends list. You guys can also print your friends list off, which is an incredible tool to have because it makes it really easy if you have your friends list printed off, and it prints off in alphabetical order. And yeah. Because like if Facebook, you know, I remember on my way back from Australia, Facebook crashed for the day, Instagram and Facebook, and it was like the end of the world. I mean, seriously, I was sitting in the Delta Sky Lounge for like 10 hours, and everybody was freaking out over the fact that there was no Facebook, and they thought they were in Facebook jail, even like people in the airport and stuff. So that was, so if Facebook was to shut down or you lost your account, which that has also happened to people, if you don't have your friends list printed off and you don't have another way to contact them besides Facebook, literally overnight you could lose your entire business. So no matter what it is, even now in your business, if you think you're failing at something, or you feel like you're not good enough or doing it well enough, or you're just going through something even in your personal life that is making you feel not so good about yourself or feeling bad, remember that everything that happens every single day, there can be a lesson found in that. And that your failures, you know, I tell my team all the time to go for the nose. Going for the nose gets you one step closer, but it depends on how you're getting the nose and what you're doing to get to the yeses. That's going to depend on that. So yeah, Mackenzie, it's no fun losing 3,000 customers for 3 months and then trying to be gone for 3 months and recoup them. So, and that is part of the 5 steps to ensure failure in your business we're going to talk about. So as you guys are finishing your 5 reach outs, and I prefer that while we're on the call, you just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, because then that way, otherwise it can take long. So if you do more than that, that's fine. Just for the purpose of this, once you've done your 5 reach outs, you can just go ahead and say done so that we can, you know, keep it going here. So the next part of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is 4 follow-ups. Now this is outside the follow-ups you should be doing with your customers that have placed an order. Okay, if you have a new customer that placed a order for the 7-day trial pack, you should be tracking that to their front door. Once it gets there, you should go over if they're going to start taking it the next morning. And if they say yes, you're going to give them the instructions on how to take it. And then I follow up with them on day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 3, if they are loving it, I tell them that's when they should place an order. Day 5 and day 7. Because it's in the first 3 days of the customer taking the product that if they don't like it and you don't follow up with them, the chances of getting them to stay on the product or reorder again is slim to none. And a lot of stuff that we talked about in Mexico this week is it doesn't matter. So I know a lot of you, I had somebody say to me, well, there's this girl on my team, she signs like 100 people a month and I sign like 2. And I said, well, how many of those people stay? And she said, well, if I sign 2, they stay like the next. She said, do you mean they order again? And I said, yes. And she said, they order again. And I said, then that's all that matters. So you can go sign 100 people. And I'm not telling you guys not to go sign 100 people, because if 100 people say yes, they want to order, that's great. But the problem is you can't keep up with 100 people. So it doesn't matter how many people you sign. It matters how many people you retain. So if you're feeling down today because maybe last month you only signed 5 people and you saw somebody else sign 50 people, go ask them the next month how many of those 50 people last month they signed up that like reordered this month. You'd be very, very shocked to hear those numbers. And I'm not saying it's because that's bad. But Lori, follow-ups that I'm talking about aren't product follow-ups. That's what I'm talking about. Like these 4 follow-ups that I haven't got to that part yet. So product follow-up is totally different than the follow-ups that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 should mean. So please slow down a little bit and let me get to that, because everybody isn't on my team, so they don't understand what we're talking about. I'm gonna turn this off so I get sidetracked. Okay. So 4 follow-ups are people that in the last 30 days have made a comment on your post. They've asked you to send them the link and didn't. So I always tell people to make sure that they don't send their link until someone has asked for it, okay? Because you wouldn't believe the number of messages as leaders, or maybe not even as leaders, but just 1 or 2 people up, or even the admin get a message that they want a new associate because their associate just sent them a link. It's super, super important that you're not just sending people your links. Like, you need to talk to them. Back in the day, like, there wasn't this thing called the internet. There wasn't instant messenger. There wasn't text messaging. And if you were going to be successful in network marketing, you had to, be able to talk to people face to face with passion and purpose and really convince them. Now we have tons of befores and afters. We have, secret groups we can put our customers in and feel safe and secure, and that they can share their testimonies in there. So that's really, really important. So the 4 follow-ups are those things. They've commented on your post. They have asked for your link in the last 30 days. Maybe it's someone that is constantly posting on the group page and asking for help or saying more information. You can reach out to them. Hey, Heather, I know that a couple of weeks ago you were interested in purchasing and then asked me to send you my link. And now personally, right now, I don't even, if somebody asks me for my link, and I don't get an order from them within 24 hours and they're not in my back office, I message them and I would say something like, hey, Morgan, I know that you asked for my link yesterday. I'm just following up to make sure that you didn't need help or have any additional questions. I don't say, Morgan, I sent you my link yesterday. Did you order? Because that comes from, to the customer, a money mindset, that that's the only reason you're checking in with them is because you're wanting, you know, instead of saying, can I help you, right? Because that's what people want, is for you to help them, and they want to feel like that you care enough to do that. So make sure that that's, you know, so, and I do that because if they, people get the wrong link, they Google it. If they get it, if they end up in the orphan tree or something, you want to be able to make sure that that relationship is connected. They feel good that you followed up with them. If they're in the wrong place, we can get them moved. But that only occurs if you followed up with them, right? But so let's say, you know, you followed up with them on the next day and they didn't respond. Those are the people you would follow up with today. So anybody that you've sent your link to, anybody that's recently commented on your post on your personal page, okay? So if you are posting in yard sale groups and people are commenting and they are not sending you a friend request once you've sent that initial message to them, they are not your customer. They do not count in follow-ups. They are not to be harassed by you or pestered by you, okay? Once they send you, now, sometimes they'll respond and not send you a friend request. If that's the case, then, and they're continuing a conversation with you, then that's okay. But if Morgan likes my comment on a yard sale post, good morning, Dana. Morgan likes my comment on a yard sale post and says, send me more information, and I send her a message and I see that she sees it and she doesn't respond to me or send me a friend request, I'm not going to bug or pester her every day. I'll go through those filtered messages sometimes, and I will I'll go through those messages and I will message her, but chances of her hearing from me again for a while, I mean, honestly, guys, is slim to none. And I'm going to tell you, it's because I don't want people to feel like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to feel like they're being pestered or anything like that. So that's what those 4 follow-ups should be. So tasks 4. Good morning, Heather. I hope you made it home okay.
I can figure out how to mute.
Pay attention to people's actions and believe them. That just popped up on my phone out of nowhere. That was like the universe talking to me. So I would just let it pass it on to y'all. Done. Good morning. Good morning. I think Michelle got him, I think. It's a new month. It's the 8th of the day. The first week of April is already over. Can you believe it? Holy cow. Okay, so number 3 is 3 posts. So I always do 3 to 5. Oh, what's going on here? Task 3. So task 1, 2, 3. So you guys know that I'm putting task, but I'm kind of messing it up. It's just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I'm writing tasks. So sorry about that. Task 3 is 3, 2, 5 post, and it should be on your timeline. So, you know, the good morning post now, because we also had the power hour, I had all of you guys go post hashtag power hour on your wall. Now you might have already made your morning post, and that's why I say like 3 to 5. Oh, welcome, Leva. Is that how I say your name? Good morning, and thank you for joining us. This is Leva's first time, so everybody welcome her. We always love seeing new people get on, so that's awesome. So task 3 is the 3 post. And then the next task would be add 2 new people to your list today. And so when I tell my team, and I talk about this with my team, adding 2 new people to your list doesn't mean going and talking to 2 people that you've already talked to 200 times, okay? Unless you do not have a way to connect with them outside of Facebook. For instance, email address or phone number. Because again, if Facebook was to disappear tomorrow, you wouldn't have any, okay, awesome. You won't have their information. So, you know, maybe you can post something, like if, well, one, you can message them even during follow-ups. Like sometimes, like during my follow-ups, when I'm doing those 5 reach outs, one of the things I'll do is say, hi, Bev, good morning. I just wanted to reach out and say hello and wish you a great week. I'm running a contest this month for anybody who gives me their email address or phone number so that I can send you healthy tips or new information about our products. Will be entered to win a 7-day. That's a great way. Now, you have to make sure, you know, they're your customers, that you're getting their emails, because email and text messaging is a great way to correspond with people, as well as Facebook. So, because sometimes simply picking up the phone and calling a person is good too. So when I say add 2 people to your list, that's what I mean by that. And then number 1 is follow up. 30 minutes of self-development a day, and follow up with a leader. So, or follow up with a leader. And following up with a leader usually means someone in your upline, or some other leader that you may communicate with often. But it doesn't mean just like sending me a hello. Maybe, you know, sending, hey, I did my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 today. This is some of the feedback. This is what happened. You know, is there something you suggest? I don't feel like I'm having that great of luck, or something like that. So that's why I put 30 minutes of self-development or following up with a leader, because really the 30 minutes of self-development is much, much, much more important than following up with the leader every single solitary day. And some of you, you know, you only have 1 or 2 people above you, and they should be talking to you every day or every other day if you're new, especially every day if you're new, but they should be reaching out to you. And I'm talking about your immediate upline, nobody else in that upline. You know, this is your business, and as long as your immediate upline or someone in that upline is helping you and being there for you, then you have support. Not everybody's going to like everybody. Not everybody's going to get along with everybody or click the same way as other people. So, you know, you might have to reach a little higher up or something like that, but that's okay. So we have about 30 minutes left, and we went over a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the next thing that I'm going to talk about is I love Rob Sperry. I follow him quite a bit. Sometimes, you know, people that are like me, like that, it takes people calmer than me for me to learn from. So, and that's for all different reasons. And so we're all different, and we're all learn differently. You know, I can sit and tell you the same thing over and over and over and over, and maybe you don't grasp it, but you know, Allie Carlson will come on and say it, and it'll be like, oh my gosh, you know, because sometimes we just relate to people in different ways, and that's okay, as long as you're getting the message. And so, and it doesn't matter how you get the message. So what I want to talk about now are the 5 steps that guarantee failure in your business. So obviously I'm being sarcastic because I don't want you guys to fail, obviously. I truly believe in everyone in this organization in this company is on my team. Once you hit the global bonus, you are paid on the entire PB of the company. And that's always been my motto from day one, and I truly have from my heart followed that. I don't care where you are in this company, whose organization you're in, who you're under. If you need help, I will do my best to help you. So 5 steps to guarantee failure in your business. Pesky, persistent. Being a pest and always about the business or the product. When they say no, you make them feel like they obviously just don't understand, or they're too dumb to understand, or no, you don't understand. And so you're, messaging them every day or 2 or 3 times a day, or, don't be that. Don't be a pest, okay? Overhype. Don't overhype about the money, because I'm going to tell you why. You can go tell people. So we have a $5 million earner. We have 2 $5 million earners in our company, $5 million earners. Okay. But, let me see, I'm going to unmute Morgan. Morgan, if I came to you, and you are unmuted, so they are going to be able to hear your answer. And I asked you, I told you that you really, really need to join my business because I make $60,000 a month and I can help you make $60,000 a month. Do you believe me?
I do.
Okay. Most people would not, right? $60,000 is, you've been in the business for a while, but so brand new. You don't know anything about network marketing. All you've ever heard is it's a pyramid scheme, right? And I tell people, you're right, it is a pyramid scheme, and I'm at the top. I even have a shirt that says that.
Right.
Okay, so most people, they're looking to make like 3 to 5. They're looking merely to just cover the cost of their product, right? Or $300 to $500 a month. So if I'm going to Morgan, I saw maybe on her page, she was like, oh no, I had an emergency and now I have to pay for the heater or the air conditioner, but my car payment, and what am I going to do? I might go to Morgan and be like, hey, Morgan, I saw that, your post on your wall about your car and your car payment. And listen, I know this may or may not be for you, but I have an opportunity that could, if coachable and you would have time outside of the thing that you do now, to learn and be coached, I could possibly help you earn the potential of that a couple extra $100 a month. Is that something that would be of interest to you? Okay. Right. So I would lead with that. So that's another reason that it's super important that you're paying attention to your customers and looking on their page and seeing what's going on in their life. I can't hear any. You're good, Morgan. You're muted back. He's fine. I couldn't do that if I wasn't paying attention to their page or what was going on in their life, right? Like I wouldn't know that she couldn't pay her electricity because she had to get her car fixed, because she had to get her car fixed because she has to get to work. And if she doesn't have a car to get to work, she's not going to be able to get to work. So then she's not going to have any money to pay the air conditioning anyway, right? So if I went to Morgan and said, oh my gosh, Morgan, I saw your post on the wall about needing $300. You know what? We have you can make like $5 million in this business and you need to join me. Most people are not going to believe that. Debbie Johnson just said, I wouldn't believe someone who told me $2,000 a month when I started. I called bullshit. I thought I might get enough to get my product for free that I could see. Okay. So some people, that's all they want. They want to take our products. They love it. They're really not interested in the business. They don't understand the business or whatever it may be, but they do want to get their products for free. So we can teach them how to do that. And then those people that they bring in are more potentials for you in your organization and downline. Okay. So you don't want to be a pest every single solitary day, right? Or you don't want to overhype the business and do that. $300 to $500. If it's someone that's already a customer, and you're trying to find verbiage or what to say to them. Hey, Morgan, listen, I know you've been having great success on this product. Did you know that like you could get it for free every month just by sharing with your friends or family, and you have a customized link that is super simple to use? Is that something you might be interested in? If they say yes, great. I create the link for them. I send it to them. I say, listen, just be passionate. Tell everybody what happened, you know, what it's done for you, and have them message you. I would have her maybe do the 7-day launch to help her out, to get that. And then when they open up their pay hub on Monday, and maybe they've made, you know, $30 or $50 or even $15, you know, that makes them happy, right? So they're making money, and so that's good. That's how to get a current person already on the product, maybe use, you know, sharing the product. And maybe they only sign 4 or 5 people a month. That's okay. Out of those 4 or 5, one of those people might be the person that you're looking for, because we have not even signed the highest earner in the company yet. Okay. So you could be that person that signs that person, right? So sell, sell, sell. Promise. Don't do that. Don't sell just the product or how much money can be made. Sell the freedom that it provides. Sell the time, the time freedom that it gives people. You know, we were just all, you know, on a beach in Mexico, Cancun for 5 days, Cozumel for 5 days. We were working, I mean, but listen, we all came back with suntans and I think refreshed and had a good time, but we were still down there working, right? So, you know, your boss doesn't pay for you to go on a vacation and all inclusive vacation. And maybe they do. Maybe you work for some company that you win trips or something or whatever, but you know, you can work from anywhere. Tanya Ackerson was down there and got a new customer because she was telling the lady that she won the trip from her company and that she sells a health and wellness product. And the next thing you know, the lady wanted to know about the health and wellness product. You know, so those are how conversations get started in places. So those are the things that she, you know, she didn't start off with the product. Connie is on here. Where's Connie? Connie, are you still on here? Yes, no? I saw her. She must have left. Right. Okay. So here, Morgan got a new customer by talking to the lady getting my bridesmaid's dress. So, you know, you just have to talk to people. You have to be in places. Now, Connie, I can't find her, but Connie was in Mexico as well. And she came up to me and was so happy. She signed a new customer. The lady says to her in the food line, "I'm so fat." And Connie turns around and goes, "You are not fat, but I have this product." And so, you know, the lady said she was fat. Now, I mean, you know, and Connie says, "No, you're not fat, but I have this product that you may be interested in since you think you're fat," right? And she sold a 7-day or a 30-day or something like that. And she is not on here, and she would tell you, I think it was a 30-day, but I could be wrong about that. But she did get a new customer because she listened and she paid attention, right? So on Facebook, you also want to do that. That's why another reason with following up, I always go to the person's page. So before I send them a message, I go to their page, I look and see what's going on. Now, I also unfriend people during follow-up or reach outs and follow-ups, because if they haven't posted on their Facebook page in like 6, 7, 8, 9 months, they're not a potential. Like, you know what I mean? They're not seeing any of my posts for sure. So I just unfriend them. Everybody, they can follow me. So I just unfriend them. And also I do that on people's birthdays. If they haven't posted in a long time, or they're like, you know, usually that's pretty much it. Or I find fake accounts that way as well, right? So that's a couple of things. So Don't just sell the money and how much money they can make. Promise more freedom, promise more time. I know Wendy Navarro loves the time that she gets to spend with her son. She gets to go be parent-teacher conference or, you know, mother, work in the mother room. I know Stacy Donner is the same way. You know, she's able to go do these things. Brittany Klein as well. You know, she's able to do the things you can't do if you work, because at a, you know, at the traditional job, because your boss isn't going to always let you take off because there's a field trip, or that there's they want you to be homeroom mom, or there's sports or whatever, right? So those are the things that you look for. People that say, oh man, I have to go to work and I'm going to miss my son's baseball game. You know, I have to do this, you know, and it's not something they have to do fast. You could tell them, you know, in 3 to 5 years, you could be doing this, you know, with them. So that's the things that you want to sell. Number 4 is the cure-all. So guys, we know we have lots of people that take the product, and there's all kinds of different things that our products do. Again, obviously we need to be very, very careful, because you can't make medical claims and stuff like that. But you know, talking to your friends and things, you might know about somebody that, you know, they had diabetes and they've been on the product for a year and their A1C is great, and you have the testimony and you've talked to this person and, you know, they've lost 30 pounds. You know, learn people's stories, okay? Stories is what creates your business. You know what? You also saw a post I made probably the other day that, you know, you can be the highest income earner, and I'm not. But if you're the highest person in stories, or you're the person that has the most stories collected, you're going to be much better, because when you're able to solve people's problems, you have to know people's stories, because it's not just your story, it's lots of people's stories. So maybe you don't have a story about diabetes, but you know, somebody else does, so you can use, but always make sure it's somebody that you've spoken, especially when you're trying to do it. And I'm not talking about when you're making posts and things like that. When you see your friend that she posts that she got diabetes, that, you know, she has diabetes and it's really giving her a hard time or something, or you know they have diabetes, then you go on there and you message them, and you know, you tell them, listen, this may or may not be for you, but my friend Michelle, as you know, I take these supplements. You see me sharing about them all the time. My friend Michelle, this is her story, and get Michelle, you know, see if Michelle will do a 3-way with you, because third-party validation is so important. And see if that person will do a 3-way with you, or have a picture of the printout of where they told their story, or just learn their stories well, because the more stories you know and can tell and can share with other people, the more influence you're going to have to get them to want to try the product. Because, you know, there are things that our product, you know, I say, you know, our True Fix regulates your blood chemistry, including your sugars. Okay, so I'm not making a medical claim, because including your sugars is not a medical claim. If I said our True Fix is a blood chemistry product that cures diabetes, you cannot say that. You can't even say may help with diabetes. You can say safe and effective for diabetes. That's not making a medical claim. It is safe for people that have diabetes, right? So you got to be very, very careful with what you use. Now, I tell people if it can be coded through ICD-9, I think it's ICD-10 or 12 now. It's been a really long time since I did that. If Tanya Ackerson was on here, she would know, because that's what she does. But if it can be coded, it's a medical claim. So the verbiage, yes, Debbie, is so super, 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 super important. And not just in medical claims, even in everything. You know, I teach my team always go into the conversation that they're going to say yes, okay? If you assume they're going to say no, you're not going to ask the right questions, right? You don't want to make claims about your friend's friend whose friend's uncle's cousin took the product and lost 10 pounds, but you don't have the pictures. You just know somebody that said that, okay? You want to have, as you guys know, we did a video where I had the associates here at the house, and we did that. So that video's now had almost 27,000 views on it, because they're real people standing in front of a camera, and you should go find that video and share it. Like, because the people, like, they're here, they're standing here, and we have their befores and we have their after, and they're standing here talking. So it's a great video to have. It's somewhere on my page. I could probably in the next 24 hours find it and like hashtag Power Hour video, and all of you guys, I'll let you know, or let the next person doing Power Hour, and then you guys can find it and save it. And then the next tip, and this is the #1 tip to failing at your business. Please go post 10 times a day minimum about what an idiot everyone else is for not being in your company while you talk about how great your business is. Be offensive and belittling, letting them know how truly dumb they are and how brilliant and rich you're going to be, and especially how blessed you are. Or go do 10, 15, 20 lives a day with, you know, absolutely zero content. Nobody's watching them. And if a live, I'm telling you, me personally, unless I'm doing my 30 minutes of self-development, like if your live's over 3 minutes, that's about how much time. 3 to 5 minutes is the average time somebody's going to watch a video, unless you're giving really, really deep content. Because if they don't, you have to keep them entertained. You have to keep them engaged, right? And even the replayers, if you're not keeping them engaged, they're not watching it. And so the time that people watch the video and the number of views determines how many people actually see it, okay? So that's how the algorithm works. So less is more, unless you're giving, your Rob Sperry or Cedric Harris or Ray Higdon or, people that just have tons and tons of value to give, or like you're doing an hour training with, your team or something. So that's really all I have for you guys today. I want to thank all of you guys for being on. I want to give you all a challenge to do today. If you've been on the product for a while and you've lost inches or pounds, I want you to go do a live video with your fat pants, showing them what the product has done for you, what products you used, and that you just thought you needed to share with them because you were so excited. And if they're interested, shoot me a message. If not, that's okay too. I just wanted you to share my joy with you. So go do that hashtag, or go do the video. If you do the video and hashtag, tag me in it and hashtag Power Hour, everybody that does the video, I'll enter into a drawing for a 30-day. So that's your challenge for today. Did you use your pants? If not, then last night doesn't count. You're very welcome. It's really important that you use the pants. That's like part of the video. So I'm gonna save this chat too, so that when we guys download them, you guys can see that. Does anybody else have any? Yeah, Christina, power hour together, and then just tag me in it, not hashtag. Well, I guess you could hashtag me as well if I'm not your friend. So I hope everybody has a great week. And an amazing day. Get the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s done. Do those videos and watch what happens. And have a great day. And then I think tomorrow is, let's see what we got. Who's on Power Hour tomorrow? I'll tell you super fast. Tomorrow is great. You do not want to miss. It's at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Tanya Williams, and she's going to be doing a training on increasing your group volume, which is going to be amazing. So again, I hope all of you have a great day and a great week, and we will see you tomorrow.